Hi, I'm Pastor Ruth Hamilton, and I'm here to talk about the ELCA constitutions. Now, if you ever want to clear out a room at church, just stand up and say those words. People will be flocking to their cars before you even finish the sentence. Most folks don't know that their church body, synod, and congregation have constitutions. And if they do know, they couldn't care less. And they definitely don't want to talk about them or learn about them or, heaven forbid, work on updating them. After all, if nobody cares or knows about constitutions, how important can they be? It may surprise you, but the ELCA constitutions are not just helpful, but vital to the work we do together as church. They state what we believe as Lutherans. They talk about the mission of congregations, of ministers, and of the people. They're useful in organizing and carrying out the governance of a congregation. And in contentious times, updated constitutions also are crucial to protecting the rights of congregations and the rights of their individual members. When there are disagreements between a congregation and its synod, or between a congregation and the church-wide organization, or among members of a congregation, the constitutions provide ways of dealing fairly with each other and coming to a resolution. For example, they prevent one faction from stripping others of their voting rights. They prevent one group from leaving and taking the church building with them. And if you think that I'm making all of this up to scare you into updating your constitution, I served for 10 years in the office of the Secretary of the ELCA, which includes the legal department and the Constitution department. I have personally heard story after story of people behaving just the way that I described. And we in the office of the Secretary worked hard to help congregations resolve these situations. The truth, however, is that if your constitution is not up to date, your congregation is vulnerable. And you also aren't getting the benefits of how the Constitution can help you to carry out your ministry. Enough said. How do you go about updating your Constitution? First, find a copy of your current Constitution. This may be easier said than done, but keep looking. And gather a small task force. Then go to the ELCA website, elca.org, and at the top of the page, click on Resources. At the bottom of the Resources page, click on Topics. On the Topics page, click on the tab for Office of the Secretary. And on the Office of the Secretary page, click on 2022 Model Constitution for Congregations. A warning, I know this process seems complicated, but do not use the search engine on the ELCA website. You will be there for days and may never emerge. A few other points. Something that many congregations do not realize is that the Model Constitution for Congregations contains 3 types of numbered statements: provisions, bylaws, and continuing resolutions. These all are contained in one document, the Constitution. They work together and help explain one another. In particular, I know this from experience, continuing resolutions do not rest in the Congregation Council's minutes, never to be seen again. They need to be incorporated into the congregation's constitution. In the Model Constitution for Congregations, you also will see that some of the numbered statements, especially the provisions, are preceded by an asterisk, that little star. These statements are required to be included in your congregation's constitution without alteration. More detailed information about provisions, bylaws, and continuing resolutions can be found in the introduction to the Model Constitution. Finally, please be in touch with me, Ruth Hamilton, PR, all one word, @gmail.com. I can walk you through the whole process of bringing your Constitution up to date. I'm glad to help with any questions you have or any problems you encounter. Once your Constitution has been revised and reviewed by me, you can send it to the Synod Council for approval. A final approved copy is retained by the Synod for reference. Revising your Constitution will take time, but it will be worth it. You will learn things you didn't know. You will discover resources for ministry. You and the updated Constitution will be key resources and protection for your congregation into the future. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.